to today's selection. I hope you had a good weekend. Today's selection comes from RF Racing Tips. You can access RF Racing Tips for just $1.99 by going to graboffer.today/RF Racing. If you're new to today's horse racing tips, please do click the subscribe button below, hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified whenever we release a new video. Now, today's selection is in the 6:30 Wolverhampton and it is Get Boosting, and RF Racing Tips provide a nice sort of summary of their reasoning behind the selection. And they've said for this one that it's clearly his best performance having come back at this track. Unfortunate to run into one when facing Maystar over course distance off levels and was beaten just a length. That horse going into the race off 91 has subsequently won a listed race in France and rated close to 100 now. He's off a mark of 80 here today and showed much more last time out despite his finishing position where he had no chance from his wide draw but kept on steadily nevertheless. In addition, a switch to Tapita from Polytrack is much in his favour given his race profile to date. So it's lovely to get a little bit of analysis there. I quite like that. It's also very much horse history based as opposed to what I'm about to do, which is very much ratings based. So let's jump in and see what we've got for Get Boosting. So it's in the Wolverhampton race at 6:30. It's a flat all-weather race, 5 furlongs, amongst my favourite race types, Class 4, with prize money of around £5,000. I'm going to start by Get Boosting is here, so I'm going to just highlight that horse. We can see it's a course distance winner over Wolverhampton 5 furlongs. We see that because it's CD with a little star next to it. I'm going to use some of our compiled factors that you'll have seen before to start having a look into this horse quickly. So first of all, I'm going to sort by PR odds, and I can see here the horse is number 3 in our odds line. If I click that to see what makes up the odds line, I can see as well that the horse is number 4 down here, with Duke of Firenze being the highest there. But the horse still looking to have value. Now the VDW win score up here 86% and place score 98% indicates VDW odds could be a very good indicator of a horse's chance in this race. So let's see where it places. So it's currently down at number 5. I would have rather had it in the top 4 because that's what these figures are based on. So that gives me a little bit of, not doubt, but kind of just pushes those odds requirements out a little bit more. Looking at the 5278, it's kind of way down here. And it's been 299 days since the horse had a good race. Now, more concerning for me is that its rank for speed figure in the last race, adjusted for today's weight, is quite low and a bit of a concern there. Looking at its best ever speed figure, it's coming in 4, so that shows that it can have the speed. It's got a good runs in the last 10. It's had 5 out of the last 10 have been good runs. What I'm actually going to look at now is I'm going to look at the pace and I'm going to look at the speed graphs quickly because this is a sprint race. So let's have a look at the pace. It's predicted to be slow. When the pace is slow, this can give you a race where no runner actually wants to be the lead when one of them has to be a lead. So if a mid-pack horse can get that lead by more than a few lengths, they can often keep that position all the way. That's assuming there is no strong leaders. So let's have a quick look at the pace and see what we've got. In the total pace column, we actually have Your Cool looking to be a strong leader here. So Your Cool potentially is a threat if it can keep that pace all the way through. However, outside of that, Get Boosting is looking good from the pace perspective, sort of mid-pack, and could come nicely in. Unlikely to be a leader in this scenario. So that could be in Get Boosting's favour. I'm going to jump over to the speed graphs now. And you can see they're quite noisy. So we're just going to put a dynamic filter in. And these speed graphs just show us a horse's speed over a history over all of its races. And I'm going to look at 5 furlong races today. Actually, I didn't put that into 5 furlongs specifically. But let's just jump in here, maybe for the last year or so. There we go, and see what we've got. Now, where am I? Get Boosting is this grey colour. You can see it up here. It's really not a good performance last time out down here. Flat all-weather at Chelmsford, but very much within the pack, a threat nonetheless. Coming back over here, we can see that the distance was 1121 yards, 1340 yards. Today it's a 5 furlong race, so these are all quite short races up here. And again, drop down here at 134. So it's a bit bouncy, this horse. It bounces around a little bit. Now today's race is 5 furlongs. I can never quite remember how far 5 furlongs is in yards, so I'm just going to have a very quick look at that. 1100 yards, there we go. So it's a bit bouncy. We can see it bouncing around a little bit. And if I hide some of the others, which I'm going to do in a second, you'll see that. So I'm going to hide the Seneca Chief here. I'm going to hide the Tathmeen here. What other horses aren't looking so good? So that's probably all of the worst looking horses that we've got. And you can see Get Boosting is a little bit clearer now. So it definitely has the ability to compete. The question is whether it's actually going to be able to do it today. I have a few doubts personally so far. Okay, let's start bringing this to a little bit of a close. I'm going to have a look at the horse's history. And as always, while that's running, I'm going to run a Monte Carlo simulation so we can just see what that's showing us as well. So while that simulation is running, let's have a look at this horse's history. Don't forget, this is flat all-weather 5 furlongs with 5,000 prize money. So we've got a lot of all-weather races here, one down here, and then a load here. And we can see the last 5 furlong race came in 4.9 lengths behind the winner, carrying 9-1. This is a handicap race. We'll look at what the horse is carrying today in a minute. 4.9 lengths behind the winner there. Jumping down, there was a standard to slow race. I'm going to skip that. Here was another one at Wolverhampton where it came second, beaten by a length. Back here, 6 furlongs, a little bit longer, came second, beaten by just under a length, came fifth, beaten by a couple of lengths, 6 furlongs there. Down here at 5 furlongs, came third, but we're now kind of getting back into 2019. If we go a little bit further, we've got that Wolverhampton win, and that's going to be the course distance winner here, back on the 18th of October 2019, won by half a length. Similar conditions to today. So definitely this horse has potential. It's definitely going to be a threat. I'm not sure. I'm super confident personally. We haven't had a good race for a little while. Obviously, I'm basing this purely off ratings, which is how I personally look at a race. So I've got a number of concerns there. I'm going to have a quick look here, and obviously I'm not spending the time to look at the other runners in the race either. So let's have a quick look here at the results of that simulation. And Get Boosting is kind of down here towards the bottom of the field, but it's all very, very close. It's very different. There's very little margin between them. So it's looking like this race is going to be pretty competitive. It's looking like this horse is definitely going to have the possibility to be in the frame. Personally, I wouldn't be super confident in it. The odds are currently sitting, where is it sitting in the market? It's currently sitting around 5th in the market. There's possibly some value to be squeezed there. I don't think personally I would be betting this horse to win. I'd probably be going for an 80-20 if I was going to be following it, putting 80% of my stake on the place market, 20% on the win market. Okay, so that's my overview for Get Boosting. The selection today came from RF Racing. You can get more information about RF Racing as well as access to it for just $1.99 from graboffer.today/RF Racing. If you're new to today's horse racing tips, please do click the subscribe button below, hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified when we publish a new video each day, and hit the like button and the share button, let other people know. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I'll see you tomorrow.